Welcome to Games R Us and yet another map and a walkthrough of the Railroad Tycoon 3, and this is map 5. This is war effort, and what you gotta do is get 15 loads of ammunition, weapons and fuel to either Norfolk or New York. But the only thing you need to know about this map in particular is one simple thing. You have to do it into one of those, not both at the same time, because it's not going to work. So his best thing is to just do it all into one. You either decide to do it in Norfolk or to New York. So watch it really carefully, because I'm connecting the my trains to the particular station in order to get as quick and as most efficient way of getting my stuff into Norfolk. That's why I've got Richmond. Going to Richmond, my first one, which is the closest, and it's only 4 of weapons cars, and then you're gonna have another 4 of ammunition. So I think 4 is ammunition is in Richmond, then you have 4 of in Petersburg of weapons. So at the same time you can transport 8 cars to Norfolk in order to speed things up. And the next station I chose to is Ranioki Junction, which is well, they got lots of I think it's clothes and meat and other things that you will need in order to win this map, because you have to do all of this before December 15th, 6 AM, and that's why it don't really seems like you have much time, but believe me, it's actually a lot of time. The time goes much slower here. It goes by the minutes, not by the days and months and years like so far in the other missions. So I'm planning ahead, and I'm keep adding new trains, and I keep adding, you're going to keep getting new trains as you go, and I'm keep adding new stations. But what I'm trying to keep in mind, this first train that you're going to get is the slowest one of them all. And I always go for diesel, because a lot of the other side of the tracks, they are not compatible with the electric trains. So if you take electric trains, you're going to regret that move at some point. So take the diesel ones and make sure you only set up the first train as close to Norfolk as possible. Places like Richmond, Petersburg, Ranioki Junction, Dunsville. So now I have another train available, which I'm going to use near Charlesville, and I'm going to set it up to take to get the what I need the most. So I'm going to quickly have a look and check up what's the closest, so I can gain either weaponry or ammunition. And this second train is already faster. So like I mentioned, the other one's going to be going to Danville, Lynchburg, anything close to Norfolk, in order to get the basics from the closest stations, while my second and third train that's going to be faster, they're going to be going further out to bring me everything else that I need. And don't forget, even though it's 15 weapons, 15 ammunition and 15 petrol, you're also going to have to get 10 cheese cars, 10 loads of meat and 10 loads of clothing, which again you're going to have to go to a lot of stations to achieve that, especially if it all comes to one particular station, that is Norfolk. This is just an example. You can do it to New York if you like, but I choose always Norfolk. This is for me probably the easiest one. So the second train right now, it's a very fast train. Keep following the stations that I'm choosing for them. So I went up all the way to north to pick up the weaponry, so I know that once I go there once, I'm not going to have to go back that way, because everything else will be a little bit closer. Anywhere going more south, more northwest, it's a little bit more hilly terrain, so any train will be slowed down a lot. So you don't want to keep going up and down that way if you can help it. So I would mainly going to be sending my trains east from Norfolk and north from Norfolk, but I'm not going to really be sending them anywhere up like northwest side of the map. Don't forget that every time you want to set up your new trains, new routes, you want to check up which station you want to send it to, pause it, so the time do not go away from you, so you got enough of that left to actually complete the mission. So again, I'm gonna set up another station, which is Baltimore, and then back to Norfolk again. So I've got always more than one station set up, so I don't have to think every time checking a train that I'm going to be setting up. You just need to do it ahead. Keep paying attention to the station I'm setting up for each train, and this is going to help you a lot in order to achieve this mission. It's not easy to get gold. It's very tight when it comes to time frame. Even in this video that I'm showing you right now, it's going to be very close for me to just show you to achieve that gold victory. So now I already have 4 ammunition, 10 weaponry, I've already got 4 cheese, 2 clothing, and some petrol already there. That's why I've sent the closest trains going to Lynchburg Crossing now, because that's where I can get another 8 of clothing loads, and it's going to be bring me up to 10, and that way I don't have to worry about clothing anymore. The weaponry, I only need 5 more. The meat, I only need 4 more, and so on and so on. Like you already saw me, 2 trains are going back and forth now, which is helping a lot. And in the moment, another train is going to get to Norfolk, leaving me with even less stuff to achieve. And there is always a 3rd train becomes available. It comes into the game fairly late, but it still helps you a lot, because simply because where it's going to start from, you can bring whenever you need from those stations. So now again I'm going back to Baltimore, but because I've already took most of the stuff from Baltimore, I'm also going to go to Dover again, so I can use all 8 cars at the same time and not just going back and forth with only 4, because if you do that, you're never going to have enough time. You need to think ahead. You constantly have to have 8 available in order to do this. So now I have another train available near Harrisburg, and this is up north, closer to New York, and again you can choose the stations from up there to bring stuff to you from that side of the map, which is again going to help you a lot. So you can see my weaponry is already at 16, so I'm pretty much already done with that. Now I'm going to check like what's in these closest towns, so I can decide which station to go to on the way to Norfolk. And again, I'm pausing the game to make sure that I can set everything up, so I know exactly what I'm doing, so I don't have to make any mistakes, because the time frame on this map doesn't leave you any room for mistakes. To be honest with you, you do 1 or 2 mistakes, that's it. You're not going to make it on time, and you're going to have to keep doing this map over and over again. Of course, to get the bronze win or a silver win is way easier, but in this case you're simply gonna have to you're gonna have to be really quick about it. So now I'm gonna decide, for example, I'm going to Philadelphia or Allentown. I'm trying to keep checking, for example, what I've got in Norfolk, what is available on those stations, in order to make the best decision possible, so I can plan it ahead. It's sort of like a bit of like a chess in this case. There's no other thing available here. There's no stock markets, no companies, no nothing, no money. This is it. All you gotta do is just deliver those things, and you're done. So now I've got three trains running, and this will accumulate a lot of more of stuff. So now I have a lot of ammunition coming towards me. So I'm gonna be very close of finishing another one of the of necessary goals in this map. So I've got now 2 trains nearly at Norfolk. I've got 1 going to Dover, and on the way back is gonna he already been to Baltimore carrying the meat, and now he's gonna pick up from Dover. I believe in Dover we have cheese or meat or one of those things. I can't exactly remember now. It's worth for you guys when you're looking on this, what I'm doing right now. Again, look around the cities, look around all the stations, and that will help you to realize where you're going to have to send them. I'm going to send my fastest trains to the furthest corners and the slower trains closer to Norfolk, and that way I will have to worry that my trains will not get here on time. In Dale City, for example, we got petrol. In Salisbury, we got petrol. In Philadelphia now, we still got some meat left, but I don't think I need any meat now. So I'm pretty sure the meat is not needed anymore. There is a couple of petrol available, but we will not need that either, because I'm simply going to send it now to Danville. There is 6 in Danville which I'm going to get, and again I'm going to send my slowest train to Danville because I know he's going to get there in time. And we on the December the 13th now, 8:42 p.m. so there is only another couple of days left, not even quite a couple of days, because you have to do it before 6 a.m. Of the morning of December of the 15th. So there's a constantly race against time. That's why you're watching me right now. I keep stopping the game, keep checking what I've got, just to make sure that I'm not picking up something wrong, or I'm picking up the stuff that I need. You will actually see in this video that for some reason I managed to pick up too many weapons. So I think at the end of this video I'm going to end up with like 20 weapons instead of 15 for some reason, and that was just something that I missed on. So now that's the one came to Norfolk, just literally unloaded. He brought the weaponry that I didn't really need, and that was just a little mistake on my part. But like I said, this game will let you do one mistake, but probably not two. And if you're trying to do this on the harder mission, then it might be even a little bit more difficult to achieve. So now the next train's been set up to Salisbury, and now I'm gonna just set up to go to Washington as well, because again, all I need is petrol from there now and some ammunition from Washington, and this is gonna get me really close to where I need to be. I'm just gonna set up that I'm gonna need I can't remember now one particular thing, because sometimes you can set up you only want, let's say, ammunition, or you can set up you only want weaponry for that town. So if the town that you go into have more than one product, but you don't need one of them, you can set up, for example, like I just did, diesel only. Again, I didn't actually mean to set everything up for diesel. I only meant to set up just one station, and in order to do that you have to click the option to actually stop from all the stations following the same cargo. So it's like apply this to consist to all selections in my on my journeys. So you just have to unclick that, so it's only for one station. We go into the final stages of this map and this mission. I'm very close now. I've got 10 meat, I've got 10 clothing, I've got 20 weaponry like I mentioned before, I've got 10 petrol now, only 6 cheese still, and almost only 4 ammunition, which now I'm going to be focusing on the ammunition deliveries and the cheese basically. And the petrol is already on its way. I know that much. There is 6 of them on the way already, and just unloaded in Norfolk. There was one, and there's another one just arrived from Washington. So I know that I don't need any more petrol now, and more meat just arrived and more ammunition. So I'm up to 8 now, and I'm only going to be sending them the fastest train now towards I can't remember the town. It's Allentown. One will go to Washington, but the other one will go to because Washington contains ammunition still, and the next one will go to I don't really know what is the correct spelling for it, but it's Allentown Town, I believe, right up north from here, or should say west from New York, and that's going to be my last train that I'm going to be waiting for to arrive in order to complete it with a gold victory. So in a moment I'll check Norfolk station again. So the petrol is on its way, like I mentioned. I've got all the cheese now that I need. I need another 7 ammunition. That's why I'm double checking everything. And there it is, Allentown, that's the one. It's Allentown that contains more ammo, and this is going to be the next station for my fastest train. That is, I'm going to literally just reset them now. And actually I set up for the this was actually set up for the wrong train. That's why I'm trying to swap them now, because one of them was set up to the wrong place, and my slower train will go towards Washington, my faster train will go towards Allentown. And now, as you noticed, I've set up by mistake Altona, which is the wrong town, which I'm going to correct in the moment, because I'm going to realize my own mistake, and I'm going to make that right, because that train's supposed to go to Washington, and my fastest one to Allentown, like I mentioned, and that's why I quickly going to change that. I realized my mistake, and that was the only way in order to finish this mission with the actual win. And I actually managed to quickly change this, as you can see it right now. I literally deleted all other stations just to make this as easy as possible, to avoid any further mistakes. And the one that was going towards Washington, it doesn't actually changing anything, because it's on the way to Allentown anyway. So he was already heading that direction anyhow. And that second train, it's never the third train, it's the second train that is the fastest one. That's why I've sent him to Allentown, the furthest town away from Norfolk at the moment that I had to send it to. And I know for a fact that he will be fast enough to come back in time before 6 AM on the December the 15th 1941, and that's all you gotta do. And this is my last 2 loads. One of them is carrying 6 ammunitions and is just about to arrive in Norfolk, and the other one is carrying 4 ammunition loads. And this is pretty much it. As soon as that train gets there, and it's very close, it's already 4 o'clock in the morning, but there it is, just arrived, golden victory. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this was very helpful for you. I wish you all the gold wins as well. And so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And for now, thank you, and see you in the next one. Good luck, guys.